Hello angels, welcome back to the Cosmic Taylor. If you are new here, don't worry, so am I. I am Taylor, here to tailor you to your highest timeline, and I slept so much today. Oh my god. I actually feel great. I slept so much today. Maybe a little bit like groggy in the head, in the sense of like my thoughts aren't computing as fast as like I am, if that makes sense. But I feel regenerated. I feel good. I just feel good. And it's interesting because last night before I went to bed, I felt like this like heavy 5 of Wands energy in my head. Just like argument, debating, fighting. I think somebody was definitely fighting with me on an energetic level, so let's talk about it. What's up, Spirit? I was pulling cards on it last night, but Spirit was like, record, so we're gonna do the reading now. Yeah, we already know what's up. I know what's up. Spirit is just gonna further confirm it. Okay. Excuse me. So we have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Like, there's this entire situation right now where you are not living life by a to-do list. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. You are not living life by a, like, you're not living life by requirement. You're living life by feeling. And the way you feel, like, it's like, I'm not saying that you don't have any structure to your life right now, because you might have a lot of structure to your life right now. You're just being a lot more picky and choosy with like what structure you're really subscribing to. Maybe you're taking a lot more time off. Maybe you're spending a lot more time taking care of yourself. Yeah. Maybe you're not focusing so much on the contracts that you've made, or like the people that you're connected with, or like maybe even like relationships that you're in. You're focusing a whole lot more just on yourself and feeling, moving with the flow of feeling. Yeah, moving away with the Six of Swords being clarified by the Six of Cups in reverse. You're moving away from connections that don't fulfill you, from connections that don't feel like home. 2, 2, 2 on the timer. You're moving away from structures that don't feel like home. It's like you're not holding on to, with the Eight of Wands being clarified by the High Priestess, it's like you're not holding on to these spaces that are making you feel like you have to always be on edge. You always have to be waiting for the next shoe to drop. You know that the way you want to live is out there for you. 2, 4, 6 on the timer. You know that the way that you want to live is possible. With the Eight of Wands, like, you are fully defending yourself and protecting yourself from the people that are actually trying to screw with your peace. People that are trying to mess with your peace. The world, we love to see it. It's a completion of a cycle. You're no longer sacrificing your peace for anyone or anything. And the things that you're getting hung up on right now that are causing a lack of peace within your life, now listen, of course, like, you're never going to be fully rid of things that are stressing you out. You're never going to be fully rid of things that are not bringing you peace, 3, 2, 1 on the timer. But you can be a lot more selective with it. And to the point where the only things that don't bring you peace are things that are completely out of your control. 3, 3, 3 on the timer. You're getting to a point where your peace is in your control. And the people that surround you that don't bring you peace, that don't light you up, that don't bring you joy, they're on the chopping block. 3, 4, 5 on the timer. Yeah. Oh, what's up with the Six of Pentacles? Wait, right, you're right. Which way do you want that, Spirit? Gotta check. Which way do you want that? Please be specific. They want to put it in the side energy. So it's like kind of up in the air right now. Yeah, we have the World with the Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and Six of Pentacles, like, energy. It's general energy. Not necessarily a positive thing, not necessarily a negative thing. You've completed this cycle, and now you're moving into union and commitment and contracts with other people, where you're actually going to build foundations that are strong and healthy for you. 4, 2, 4 on the timer. Things that actually bring you joy, that light you up inside with the Ace of Wands. Moving into the Six of Pentacles, general energy, it's like there's just reciprocation. 4, 3, 4 on the timer. Just general reciprocation, where what you put out is what you get back. And what they give to you, you give back. Because that's who you are. 4, 4, 4 on the timer. You are a reciprocal person, and you're finally getting what you deserve. Ooh. See, and the thing is, I'm getting the sense that this doesn't even count as the Justice. This doesn't even count as the justice. This isn't even the blessings that are coming into your life. This is just the energy that you are aligning with. Which way did you want that, Spirit? Fool in reverse, yeah. You're not starting these freaking cycles over again. The moon in reverse. It's illuminated. It's illuminated. You see it for what it's worth. Other people might doubt you on that. Other people might think that you're wrong on that, and they're totally welcome to think what they want to think. You know, that's how this collective is. 525 on the timer. People are welcome to think what they want to think. But yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Wands, and the Three of Cups, and the Eight of Cups, yeah, you're just not sticking around, holding on to, or waiting on anybody to make anything work for you. You're just choosing the opportunities that make you feel fulfilled, that make you feel connected, that make you feel within a community, that make you feel like you're on the right path, the right journey for you, that makes you feel like you're on your calling, in your calling. 555 on the timer. I keep itching my hands, which I heard once upon a time means like money is coming in, money is coming in. And I have really, really, really itchy hands. So I just think of that every single time I itch my hands. It's crazy. Anyway. Yeah, like, and this isn't, once again, this isn't even the blessing. This isn't even the blessing. This is just your alignment. This is what you were just finally aligning with. Yeah, King of Swords. You came to this conclusion logically. Okay, you got to this point logically. You didn't get here by living through passion, by living through the material realm, by living through, your soul or your feelings. You got here logically. Literally, with the Nine of Swords, you got here by suffering and recognizing that the suffering you were experiencing, you didn't deserve it, and you didn't need to handle that or deal with that anymore. That wasn't part of your life path, wasn't part of your life journey. 654 on the timer. It's not supposed to be what you're doing. It's not what you're supposed to be doing for the rest of your life, you know? You're supposed to be doing more. You're supposed to be doing more in the sense of not doing more with yourself and your life. You're supposed to be doing more in the sense of abundance. 707 on the timer. 10 of Pentacles. You're supposed to be doing more in the sense of strength. You're too strong to be in these areas anymore. Hanged Man, you don't have the control anymore either. Like, whether you like it or not, which, who wouldn't like this? You're being brought into this because this is your alignment. This is your alignment. 6 of Wands. This is your victory. 3 of Swords and 10 of Swords. Yeah. With the 2 of Swords too. Like, you've been through the fucking ringer. You have been through it. People have destroyed your heart. You Destroyed My Heart by King Princess. That's a good song. You probably like that song. You might relate to it. But like, yeah, there's just so much that these people had done. Like, yeah, Queen of Swords. That it literally just forced you to have to be like, okay, what are the benefits and what are the drawbacks? What about having these connections are benefiting me? What about having these connections are drawing back on my energy? What about these 808 on the timer jobs are fulfilling me and giving me, what about these jobs are fulfilling me and giving me purpose, and what about it is draining my soul? Death. These versions of you, they don't exist anymore. The Star in reverse. You're here. You finally made it. The Star, upright or in reverse, still the Star. It's still the Star. I tried to pause it. I accidentally ended it. Anyway, but 7 of Pentacles in reverse, like, and the Stars in the Star in reverse. I have the feeling that you've been like holding this off for a while. Like, you've kind of been rejecting what you've been sowing. In the sense of like, not even in the sense of like you don't want it, but in the sense of you're allowing your fear to kind of override the blessing of it. What's up with that energy, Spirit? That could only apply for some of you though. I'm not getting that for all of you. Okay. Hold on a second. This does not feel like your energy, collective. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Oh, but like what I said earlier, that could definitely still apply to you. Like, maybe you have been really scared, just really scared in accepting the things that are coming to you because you're scared that it's not going to work out. 111 on the timer, you're scared that it's not going to last. You're scared that you're not going to actually be able to enjoy what you want for yourself. And You're scared that it's going to be another lesson. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. And like, I'm not here to validate that fear, but I'm not here to spiritually bypass it either, because like, it's understandable, it's valid, you've been through a lot. But the thing that Spirit is saying to me right now is like, listen, even if this is another lesson, even if what I am bringing you into is just another lesson, ultimately, the energy you are walking into is still the energy you are walking into. The fulfillment, the being poured into, the true union, the true community, the true calling, being able to have all of that. That is what you are aligning with. You can't escape it. Like I said earlier with the Hanged Man, it's out of your control, no matter what. So even if it is a lesson that you're going through, it is still ultimately going to lead you to this energy. So it's like the same saying of like, imagine you knew that you were 50 no's away from the yes, right? 2, 3, 2 on the timer, 2, 3, 4 on the timer, and you went and kept getting rejected and rejected and rejected. You would just get more and more excited after every no. 2, 4, 6 on the timer. And we have the Wheel of Fortune over here with Judgment underneath that, and the Knight of Cups, the 7 of Wands. The universe is clocking and recognizing like how much you've actually worked for this. With the King of Wands, how much you've actually had to pour in to become the person that you are today. How much work you've had to do to empower yourself to get to this point. Yeah, with the Emperor. How much work you've had to do to get to this point and actually feel somewhat stable with yourself. That's hard work. At least for this collective, it definitely feels like it's hard work. Yeah, and we have like, okay, this karmic ass energy, like, I don't even want to focus on them. They always want to pop up. They always want to show up. They always want to have the discussion after the fact that they did all the things they did to get them in the position that they're at. I'm not interested. I'm not interested, Spirit. Can you block that energy, please, Spirit? Is there anything more that we can learn from that, Spirit? Yes? Okay, well then let's talk about it right now. Let's talk about it right now. Can this be the final discussion we have? No. Okay, well, stupid. I'm just sick of it. I'm really tired of it. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so what about this do we need to acknowledge in order to make in order to continue making progress forward? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, it's all in your benefit. Everything that you've gone through, it all has been happening for your benefit. Yeah, 8 of Swords in reverse. You've taken off the blindfold. You know that now. The Magician in reverse. You didn't have to change anything. You didn't have to change anything because it all happened perfectly. It all happened the way it was supposed to happen. It all went down the way that it was supposed to go down. And that isn't to say that you deserved to go through what you went through. Absolutely not. I feel like I'm like got a cut on the back of my head. 4, 5, 6 on the timer. You might have gotten a head injury recently. I am not a doctor or medical professional, so you should probably go talk to one if that is the case. 3 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you're being able to actually see the benefit in everything that you went through now. Because that's all it ever was. There was only ever benefit to it. Yeah, 10 of Swords. You might have been betrayed. People might have stabbed you in the back. People might have hurt you hella. And people would continuously go after the same wounds over and over and over and over and over again. But now the scar is too thick that nobody can cut through it. You have literally become too strong. The wounds have literally become too thick. They don't even hurt anymore. And the crazy thing is, I bet if you think back on these things that happened to you, the things that you went through with this connection, it's like numbing in the sense of like, yeah, that happened. That happened. I don't know what you want me to say about it. I don't know what you want me to do about it. It's just, it happened. What do you want me to say? It happened. And you just, it's like this genuine disconnection that you feel towards the things that happen to you, because it's like you can see it and you can feel the scars, right? But you don't feel the scars anymore. People dug into the wound one too many times, and because of that, you were able to find the root of the pain and you were able to pull it out. 642 on the timer. Like, yeah, you kind of like exponentially regressed to the root and you were able to pull it all out. 654 on the timer. So there was nothing left to actually trigger you, to actually hurt you. And people, yet they still went after that spot. That's the crazy part to me. 2 of Cups in the reverse, 4 of Swords, 3 of Wands, Tower in reverse, Temperance in reverse, Justice in reverse, 2 of Swords. These aren't supposed to be all like this. Is that the case? Is that what you're telling me, Spirit? Apparently Justice is not supposed to be in reverse. Okay. Or the Tower? Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. This shitty-ass community, this shitty-ass connection, this person that thought they were playing you, that thought they were, like, doing what they had to do in order to, like, sap your energy away is what I'm hearing. Like, this person was literally trying to live off of you, thrive off of you in order to live for the rest of their life, because they've never met or known anyone like you before, and they never will. 757 on the timer, they never will. It's just a simple fact of life. They will never find another person like you. Never. And that isn't even to say that it's because people like you don't exist, but that is to say it's because Spirit will not allow. They will not allow these people to come into your life again. They will not allow these people to come into anybody's life like you ever again. Because they have proven that they don't deserve it. Because they have proven that they can't handle it. Because they have proven that they cannot actually be good towards a good person. They like to think that they could. They liked to think that they were. But clearly, with the 2 of Cups in reverse and the 4 of Swords, they needed you to live off of. 848 on the timer. They needed you. They needed you. Hearing Needed Me by Rihanna. Literally. And the crazy thing is, like, ooh, these people thought they were, like, I'm hearing that one song by Britney Spears, I'm a slave to you. Anyway, that one, or For You, sorry, my bad, that song, is it just slave? I don't know. But they genuinely looked at you like that. They genuinely looked at you and thought, oh, this person is wrapped around my finger. This person, I can do anything to this person. And I'll win in the end. But the crazy thing is, it's because they looked at you like you were blindfolded. And you were. You were in the 2 of Swords energy. You were in the 8 of Swords energy. If you've been around for the readings that I've been releasing, then you know 949 on the timer. 989 could be a significant angel number for you. 987 could be a significant angel number for you. You should search it up. But you were in the 2 of Swords or 8 of Swords energy where you were just blindfolded and you were following blindly, right? And the 8 of Swords energy, like with this person where you just were willfully being blind to the things that they were doing and willfully being blind to the actions they were taking because the sweetness of them was outweighing the pain for a while, because that's just how strong you were. You were used to being in pain and connection. But with the 2 of Swords, they thought you were only blindfolded in the 8 of Swords sense, but you were also blinded in the 2 of Swords sense. Excuse me. You were being willfully blind, like you were willfully looking away at the things that they were doing, but you were also listening to Spirit the entire time. Not once did you stray away from Spirit. Not once. Not for 1 second did you stray away from Spirit. You were listening to your intuition the entire time, and you kept notes. Yeah, which way did you want that, Spirit? You kept notes. Which way did you want this one? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Wands upright. This Queen of Pentacles in reverse thought that they were everything to you. They thought that they were everything to you. But they couldn't even be everything to themselves. And you were just empowering them, trying to show them how to empower themselves. And they couldn't do that. They couldn't do that. Seven of Swords. Now they're being, like, caught in the lie. The Hermit. Two of Pentacles in reverse. They're being, like, exposed for who they really are. And they're being forced to do it alone now. That's the crazy thing. Like I said earlier with the Two of Cups and the Four of Swords, the Three of Wands moving into the Tower. The way that they were building a life was unstable in the first place. 11:44 on the timer. The way that they were building was unstable in the first place. It was not going to stay. It was unsustainable as fuck. It was not going to last. No way in hell it wasn't going to last, okay? And they were building the map off of your empowerment, because we have the King of Wands over here with the Three of Wands. The only way that they were making any kind of progress in their own life was because you were fueling them to be able to make that progress. 12:12 on the timer. They were not able to give themselves that fuel. And with the Hermit upright and the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Chariot in reverse, they can't make any progress now. They can't make any progress now, and it's not even your fault. You're not to blame for this. You're not to blame for this, because they were the ones that could not temper their own energy with the Temperance in reverse. They were the ones that were not able to temper their energy. This could be a Sagittarius. This could be a Libra. I'm hearing Capricorn. These are just, like, pretty stubborn individuals. Aquarius. Leo. Those could be significant signs. Sun, moon, rising, Mercury, or Venus. Could be significant. Anyway, yeah, King of Pentacles in reverse. They were not able to actually stand on business. Not without you. Because, like, it's like, think of it like this. They were the amusement park. They were the amusement park, right? With all the flashing lights, all the roller coaster, all the roller coasters, all the rides, all of the fun, super exciting things. You were the generator. The thing that everybody was least interested in. The thing that nobody really saw at the park, because 13:31 on the timer, who goes to an amusement park to look at the generator, you know? You were the one that was always kind of written off, the one that was working in the background. But the second you left, the second you shut down, nothing in the park worked. All of the lights went out. All the food, like, stations all started to go bad. All of the roller coasters stopped. People had to climb down. Emergency services had to be called to help people get out of the positions that they were stuck in with this person. Because this person, they didn't know how to do any of this on their own. Yeah, a Knight of Swords in the reverse with the Two of Wands in reverse. They couldn't pick. They could not choose. And the choice that they ended up making was so much dumber than making a choice in the first place. I'm not even trying to be mean, but it's just genuinely dumb. If you are presented with the Two of Wands, make a decision. Choose one. Choose one. This person didn't choose. And so they just kept running forward without being prepared. They didn't take a wand with them to move forward, which they needed to build the foundation of the Three of Wands. How are you going to build the Three of Wands without two wands? You only have an ace at that point. And even then, the ace is only given to you by spirit. You can't get the ace unless it is offered. And the wands talk about soul energy. That is the spirit. You don't get spiritual offers from just... You don't get spiritual offers from the Knight of Swords. You don't get spiritual offers from the King of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles. You get spiritual offers from the freaking King of Wands, though. You get spiritual offers from the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands. And I'm not saying that it's impossible. Now, hear me out here. It's not impossible to get those offers from other energies. But, like, those people that show up as King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, or, like, the Cups or the Swords energies as the Court cards, they can do the same. But they have to be going through the major arcana cycle at least once or twice to be able to do that. 15:51 on the timer. And this person hasn't even completed the major arcana cycle once. Yeah. It's like the furthest they've gotten every time is the Tower. It's like that's the furthest they've gotten every time. The Tower. They haven't been able to make progress past that. Because every time they go through the tower, instead of finding the blessing in it, instead of finding the star energy in that, you know, instead of being able to find the gift in it and be grateful for the change, they absolutely deny themselves the ability to go through these tower moments. And they fight so hard to keep the foundations somewhat stable. Like, they duct tape it together. They put gum in between the cracks. Like, that's not going to help. That's not going to help. And then the temperance in the reverse into justice. Like, because they were not able to temper their own energy, because they did not make a choice, because they were moving, like, brashly forward. They were not thinking about anyone or anything. They were just moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. I'm making progress. I'm making progress. I'm making progress. Oh my God. And maybe this is the furthest they've ever gotten. Cycle-wise, maybe this is the furthest they've ever gotten. Maybe they have gone further than the tower. No, Spirit just shut that down. No, they have never reached star energy before. That's depressing. That's sad. It's crazy because the Ten of Wands just came out. That's what you were offering them. I mean, not wands. Hello? The Ten of Cups came out. This is the Ten of Cups. Interesting. They were looking at your offer of fulfillment as burden. Wow. Wow. They were looking at your offer of giving them true fulfillment as burdensome, because the way they watched you suffer in your life was enough for them to not want to be affiliated. That is crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. That is insane. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse with the Eight of Pentacles upright. This is what they worked for. This is what they worked for. Eight of Pentacles into the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This is what they fucking worked for. They worked for a lack of fulfillment. They worked for a lack of abundance. They showed the universe that they didn't even want to be fulfilled. They didn't want to be fulfilled. They didn't want to be happy. They didn't want to be enjoying their life. They wanted to be miserable, because that is the choice that they made every single time. Instead of taking a wand, instead of taking one wand, just one, you know, not even like taking both, just choosing one. All right, just choosing one to bring to Spirit, where Spirit would have offered them two wands, you know, with the Three of Wands. They couldn't even choose one. They couldn't even take one, because they were too prideful in their own assumptions and in their own ego, in their own minds, to be able to move forward. 1919 on the timer. Excuse my feet. Don't look at my feet. Anyway, yeah. Because of that, they can't get what they really want. Because deep down, they know what they really want. They really want community. They want what you're moving into. They want what you're moving into. That's what they've been doing this entire time. They've been using your energy to fuel what they have going on. Their games, their amusement park. They've been using your energy to fuel their amusement park, to draw people in so they can live off of the energy of everybody else, so that they can keep living off of everybody else's vibes without ever actually working on their own. And they never expected you would leave. They never expected you would leave. They never saw that coming. They never saw that coming. And now the justice that is being given to them, they're being put in the Two of Swords energy. They're being put into the same cycle that they put you through. They're being put into the same cycle that you had to go through to get to where you wanted, because they want to be you so bad. They want to be you so bad. They want to be in your shoes so bad. Okay. Sure. Spirit will allow it. Spirit will allow it. You have to go, karmics. You have to go through every single thing that the collective has had to go through. And more than that, you're doing it in stilettos. More than that, you're on a time limit. Okay? Crazy thing is, Spirit already knows that this isn't going to win. This isn't going to work for them. The Sun in reverse. They already know. Spirit is already aware that this is not going to make them happy. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. With the Seven of freaking Pentacles that was in reverse out here, you reap what you sow. And they sowed the Ten of Wands. They sowed the 10 of Wands, 21:12 on the timer. They sowed the burdens. They sowed the suffering. They sowed the constant worry, the constant anger, the constant frustration, the fighting, having to truck forward. Which way did you want that, Spirit? Oh my God, excuse me. 5 of Wands in reverse. It's silent now. It's silent now, and all they have is their own voice. It's their own mind. All they have is themselves now. That's all they have. They don't have anything else to offer. They don't have anything else to give other than their own thoughts. Being stuck in their own mind. Which way did you want that, Spirit? Yep, 5 of Pentacles. Being stuck with the lack that they forced onto everybody else because they couldn't go and do the work for themselves. 22:11 on the timer. They needed to take everything else from everyone else, so Spirit took everything from them. Queen of Cups with the Emperor in reverse. You were literally their savior, and they were too prideful to accept it. And I don't mean savior in the sense of like, oh, the Lord and Savior. No, I mean savior in the sense of you were their opportunity to see the world in a different way. You were the opportunity for them to open their eyes to the actual possibilities of the world, to the actual possibilities of what their life could really truly be. And they rejected it. They rejected it because they were too prideful, too much in their own ego. They were too blinded by the misery of life as if it's jewels and diamonds, right? Gold. Thinking that living that way was the only way that they were going to move forward. Queen of Wands in reverse, and now they're completely unempowered. Unempowered. They can't do anything. They literally cannot do anything about this. Which way did you want that, Spirit? But they're trying to reverse judgment. Knight of Cups with Judgment in reverse. They're going to try to come in with an offer. Oh my God. Is this why we can't stop talking about them, Spirit? Is that why we can't stop talking about them? We need to be prepared. We need to be warned. We just need to be warned. Okay, I appreciate that one. Knight of Cups. They literally want to come in and offer you something that isn't even worth it. To try to reverse the judgment call. Yeah, Empress in reverse. Something that would throw you out of your fucking alignment. Something that would throw you out of your empowered energy. Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse. Something that would drain you of your creativity. Page of Wands. Something that would feed and stroke your ego. Feed and stroke your inner child. Something that would make you feel good in the moment, but something that disconnects you from your soul, like from your heart, not your soul. Something that disconnects you from your heart. 24:24 on the timer. Something that actually pulls you away from your cup. Because that's what they really want. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Because they're not prepared. They're not prepared for the life that they've sowed for themselves. They're not prepared for everything that they have to go through. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's not a good offer. It's an empty cup. Yeah, 7 of Wands in the reverse. It's because they're tired of fighting for everything. It's because they're exhausted. They don't want to fight anymore. They're tired because every single attack that they have thrown your way, excuse me, which way do you want that? Every attack that they have thrown your way, it's only prevented them from making progress in their own life. Which way did you want that? Yeah, they want to come and give you a really fucking garbage offer, a garbage contract, the Hierophant in reverse, one that is already null and void, one that won't even pass in the spiritual realm, one that won't even pass on the energetic level. King of Cups. Which way did you want that, Spirit? Knight of Cups in reverse. Foolish. Foolish. Foolish, foolish, foolish. Because they were never connected to their feminine energy. They're in the King of Cups, thinking that that's their feminine energy. It's a king. That's masculine energy. I'm not saying that kings can't be in feminine energy, but that is an entire other level. That is an entire other level. You have to complete the major arcana cycles at least, like I said, at least twice to be able to clock and recognize the androgyny of energy. But they can't do that. They can't do that because they look at the feminine energy and they see weakness. And then they look at the masculine energy and they see strength. And that's what's throwing them out of their wish fulfillment. That's what's making them broke. That's what's causing them so much suffering. That's what's causing them so much debt. With the devil in reverse, man, they literally, it's crazy because I'm hearing it's like the devil didn't even have to come propose anything to them. They just walked right up to him and shook his hand and was like, hey, I'm gonna do some shit. Like, you just put yourself in the cage. You just put yourself in the cage. Oh, hello, Mama.
Hi.
Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. Like, what's up? A little coffee break for a moment. It's crazy, yeah. Yeah. They're having to come to the truth and come out with the truth that they just tried to defame you and, like, tried to make you seem like the bad guy when you were just entering your victory era. You were just entering your victory era. And now they're being seen as petty. That's what I'm hearing. They're being seen as petty. Because they're being seen as somebody that couldn't let somebody else have the limelight for 1 minute, for 1 second. Ooh. Damn. And see, here's the crazy thing, okay? Yeah, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, World in reverse, 8 of Cups in reverse, Lovers in reverse, 6 of Swords in reverse, the King of Pentacles. This is their life. They don't give what they receive. They have never completed a cycle. They have never listened to their calling that comes from within. None of their relationships or contracts are working out because they're always staying in the same place, the same stagnant place. They're never moving forward. They're never moving on. They're never moving up. Okay? And like the thing that I'm getting, Spirit, can we talk about collective and how collective treated this person, please? Because I want to know. I want to see. Because I feel like this is all completely unjustified for you. I feel like this is all completely unjustified for you. Please, Spirit. Tell me. Please, Spirit, tell me. Oh. Ouch. Hold on a second, guys. I have eczema, which means my skin gets super dry. I have dyshydrotic eczema, which is a chronic form of eczema. And sometimes my dry skin will dig into itself, and it hurts. Ow. I need to moisturize so bad. I got leathery hands. My cat got me. She had like 5 mats on her butt. I can't blame her. 29:29 on the timer. See, that's exactly what's up. It's like you were actively trying to help them by brushing out all of the weeds, all of the things that were hurting them, by pointing out that like there are so many things that are like stuck to you right now. I want to help you get rid of them, and then they hurt you for it. They attacked you for it. Times 10 on the energy. None of the other cards fall on the floor, by the way. Notice that? No. This is your energy. Times 10. The Fool and the Lovers. You came to them with open arms, with an open heart, with an open mind, willing to figure out ways to make it work, because I feel like you had feelings for them, collective. They felt like home. 6 of Cups, yeah. They felt like home. With the Star, the World, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in the reverse. They felt like everything that you worked so hard for. Everything that you worked so hard for. You finally felt blessed having this person in your life. You finally felt the gift of having somebody that felt divinely aligned for you. And it all turned out to be a lie. It all turned out to be a lie. Like, you finally thought that the cycle was completed with that person, that you were finally moving into something new. Yeah, which way do you want that, Spirit? Page of Cups upright. You thought, like, and respectfully, maybe kind of naively, that this person was it. And you know, that's not your fault. That is not your fault. Okay, that is not your fault. 3113 on the timer. That's not your fault. Yeah, the devil. You're being manipulated. This person was being manipulated. Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, Seven of Cups in the reverse. You made a choice. You made a choice that disempowered you. That put you in a worse position. You just didn't notice it yet. You didn't realize it. You didn't realize that for what it was yet. Because, like, with the swords energy, with the court swords energy being in reverse, that's confusion. That's lies. That's manipulation. Don't mind me. I'm out of long spoons. Anyway, so like I said, it's lies, it's manipulation. Actively trying to get you in the spot of not making progress. Nine of Wands in reverse, of preventing you from moving forward. This was all divinely orchestrated, though. It was a gift. It was a blessing. Do not doubt that. Don't doubt that for 1 minute. Do not doubt that. This person came into your life for a very important and crucial reason. Do not doubt that. No matter how many times people try to tell you otherwise, no matter how many times you want to argue with yourself, no matter how many times people will try to talk over you or tell you how you should feel or how you should view the situation, it was a gift. It was a gift. It was a true gift. Alright? And, like, I'll do another reading on that. But, yeah, you literally didn't do anything to this person. You did nothing to harm this person, not once. You offered to help lighten their load with the 10 of Wands in reverse. You offered them true connection with the 4 of Wands upright. You offered them true elbow grease. You put actual elbow grease into this person. 33 on the timer. You put actual, like, hours into this. But now they have to be left alone with their thoughts the way they left you. 33:44 on the timer. Damn, that's some fucked up shit, collective. You just missed it, but you don't want what they're offering. You do not want what they're offering at all. Yeah. Because in return, after everything that you offered for them, after everything that you gave them, they gave you heartbreak, they gave you imbalance, they took from you. They didn't even give back to you. They just kept taking from you. And then with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, they disempowered you. They disempowered you. Yeah, 4 of Cups. They kept getting... They were just poured into and poured... Confirmation. They were just poured into and poured into and poured into. Death in reverse so that they didn't have to die. So that the version of themselves that they are living as didn't have to go. Or that they were living as didn't have to go. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Temperance in reverse. So that they would never have to offer anything. They wouldn't have to give anyone anything. They wouldn't have to give anyone anything.
Hi.
But now you really don't even want what they have. Like, you don't want what they have at all, actually. Yeah, the door is shut. The door is closed. There's, like, nothing that they could offer you or bring you that you don't already have right now. Genuinely. The Empress, 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and Emperor. You're in this energy. The Empress, 2 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles upright. All of these energies. So beautiful. So beautiful. You're making progress. You are making sure there's a good balance, that you're doing things balanced, and that you're taking the time that you need. You're making slow steps. You're making slow progress. Progress is progress. Progress is progress, you know? And you're just pouring into yourself while you pour into others. This person is in this Two of Wands and Two of Cups in the reverse energy as the Emperor. Standing on nothing. No contracts, no connections, nothing. I'm hearing Spirit say they might look like it right now, but that's all about to change. That's fucking tough. It's fucking tough. That is tough. That is hard. Having nothing. This collective is well aware what it's like to have nothing. And people that you've affiliated with before, past connections, past coworkers, past jobs, they're being forced to have to do that themselves now. They're being forced in the position of not having anything. Not because that's what they deserve, but it's what they've sowed. It's what they reaped. Okay, I'm literally getting this example from Wicked. Okay. Galinda and Fiyero is literally what Galinda reaped. Because Galinda did the same exact shit to Bach and Nessa. She set up a guy who didn't have any actual feelings for a girl so that she could get him off of her back, right? She set them up in a relationship where he was not invested in her at all, but she was head over heels in love with him. And she expected after doing that she would get her happily ever after with her man. But it turns out that she got exactly the same thing. She reaped exactly what she sowed. She fell in love with a guy that wasn't interested in her. She literally set herself up for the perfect karma. For the perfect karma. And everybody is like, oh, poor Galinda, poor Galinda. Girl, no. Stop it. Stop it. 38 on the timer. Like, I know that I was just feeling for the karmics a second ago, being like, that's tough. But, like, please, collective. Please stop. Stop. Because do not forget, I'm literally seeing that scene from Barbie, where Barbie was like, I feel so bad, like, I feel like I should talk to Ken. And the mom is like, girl, he's trying to destroy the Constitution. He stole your, like, he brainwashed all of your friends, and he stole your house. And Barbie was like, right, he's a complete fucking twat. Like, you need to, like, this is one of those moments where you need to tap into that sword energy that these people tried to cut you out of. This Queen of Swords energy, this Page of Swords energy. Yeah. You know what you did was right with the Four of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Six of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. You know that what you did was right. That moving forward was what you had to do because you were not getting fed what you needed to be fed in order to sustain the abundance that you were bringing to other people. The fulfillment that you were bringing to other people. You make people feel fulfilled. It's like having Thanksgiving dinner, but energetically with you. Whenever you talk to people, like, you give them so much to eat, so much to think on, so much to chew on. Yeah, but with the Magician and the King of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse over here, like, you really need to just be so heavy in your discernment right now. Heavy in your discernment, and say the pros and cons. You gotta remember the pros and cons. You gotta remember why you left in the first place. And you need to be 10 toes down on that. Any last messages, Spirit? Your joy isn't going to be coming from fighting this person, okay? Your happiness and fulfillment isn't going to be coming from arguing. It isn't going to be coming from defending yourself. You don't have to defend yourself for anything. They're too weak. They can't even begin to penetrate your protective barriers. They can't even begin it. They know that if they test it, they will end up getting the door in every way, shape, and form. But little do they know the door doesn't even exist anymore. The door is gone. Spirit has made the door disappear. 4114 on the timer. There's nothing left to say. If they wanted to make their peace, they should have made it ages ago. Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Nine of Cups in reverse. It's literally like it will only throw you out of balance and throw you out of your wish fulfillment era. So don't fight with this person. Don't feel for this person. Don't, just cut it off. Use the sword. Cut it off. Cut the tie. Like, and I have a feeling that you've already cut ties with this person, but like there's still lingering feelings here. There's still lingering feelings here. So you just need to end those. You just need to end that. You need to be honest with yourself and honest with your inner child and say, sweetheart, my dear, my love, I understand how you feel about them. I understand the way that you feel about them was so deep, was so heavy. And the way that they did you was so dirty. And I understand that even though you were hurt so bad, that doesn't mean that the feelings go away. But you need to know that holding on to these feelings for them is only going to allow them to hurt you more. It's only going to allow them wiggle room to do more damage than they've already done. You're allowed to have your feelings. You're allowed to feel your feelings. You're allowed to process those feelings. 4242 on the timer. But literally right after I said that, I just felt like a shutdown in my heart. I just felt like a shutdown in my heart completely. Like, it's only offering them more than they've already taken from you. Have you not already given them enough? Have you not given them enough? Do you really need to give that to them too? Any last messages, Spirit? I want to end on lightheartedness, though. Can we? Which way do you want that? You don't need to move. You don't need to budge. You are literally already on your calling. You are already in your calling. You do not need to move in the slightest. And people are going to try to push you and shove you and move you out of the position that you're in and out of the way that you're navigating or moving forward. You don't need to listen. You don't need to listen at all. You're doing a great job all on your own. Your defenses are strong. But you are being willfully ignorant of some things, and you need to acknowledge that. You are being willfully ignorant to the feelings that you hold, to the capacity of the things that you're holding, just how heavy everything has been for you. Knight of Wands in reverse with the Death card. You gotta open up that door to change. You have to open up the door to change. Not change for this person's sake, but change for your sake. Change for the sake of being in the know. Change for the sake of knowing what is better for you. Being in that discerning energy, not even in the King of Swords energy where you're being a good ruler considering everybody else outside of you. Considering yourself as the way that you are bringing balance back in because not enough people consider you. That's depressing. Damn. Okay. And all the eights that I'm seeing out here, we have the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords out here. Like, eights could be super significant for you. Super. Yeah. Only then will new opportunity come to you. Will the Pentacle come to you? Ace of Pentacles. Spirit really wants to offer you something new, but you have to let this version of you die. Yeah. King of Wands in the reverse with the Ten of Swords, Page of Pentacles upright. You need to let this version of you that is willing to look past people's lack of empowerment and look at people's achievements instead. Because that's how you keep getting betrayed. You got to stop looking at what people have achieved and done in their lives, and you need to look at the quality of their spirit. You need to look at the quality of their spirit. You need to. That is the only thing that you need to consider. Everything else, pish posh. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They could be the most amazing people in the world. They could have like all of the achievements. They could have like they could have like all of the material wealth. Like they could have the car, the education, the job, the house, the animals, the vacations. That doesn't mean that their soul is worth shit. Literal shit. Some people walk around and allow their souls to deteriorate like that, and you are not one of those people, so you cannot be allowing yourself to throw your pearls amongst swine. You can't. You can't. You need to actually recognize and acknowledge how fucking, how powerful you are. How powerful you are. You have talked things into people's reality time and again. You have created entire possibilities for people time and again. You have made things real just by speaking them out into the world. And not everybody can do that. That's just because you're true and hold integrity to your spirit. Not everybody does that. Page of Wands in the reverse, Five of Pentacles in the reverse. With the Hermit in the reverse. Like, These people are trying so hard to confuse you, to get you back in this energy of the Nine of Swords, to get you back in this position of feeling like you don't have anything, that you're not worth anything, so that you will allow your empowerment to slip. People test you. People test you all the time. But it's within your power to reject. You don't even have to play the game. 47 on the timer. You don't even have to play into whatever the fuck they're doing, whatever the fuck they're saying. You can just say no to it in general. You can say no to it in total. It's just that if you're going to say no to it, Two of Swords in the reverse, you gotta take the blindfold off. Confirmation. You have to take the blindfold off and say, this is all within my power. This entire time, I have been listening to spirit with my intuition blindfolded so that I could get to this point and recognize that I don't need the blindfold to listen to my intuition anymore. And I have the power to take it off. I don't have to be blinded. I don't have to be blinded. I can be aware. I can see. And I can know. But it's only up to me and me alone to be able to do that. To be able to decide that for myself. To be able to decide that for my life. Which way do you want that, Spirit? You're breaking away from old traditions. You're breaking away from patterns, curses, from things that your family, I'm hearing, like, your ancestors down the lineage has experienced. You're saying no to the fucking pentacles. You're rejecting any kind of affiliation and working with these kinds of people. Yeah, which way do you want that, Spirit? Because you can tell that they cannot discern their own feelings from yours. They cannot separate the two. They think that their feelings about you are your feelings. They're not. Which way do you want that, Spirit? Three of Wands. Six of Pentacles. They think that everything that they were building with you was theirs. But really, it was everything that you offered them. But now that you're not there anymore, which way do you want that, Spirit? Now that you're not there anymore, they don't have it. They don't have their Ten of Pentacles anymore. They don't have what was making them so rich before. Ace of Swords. You know this. You know that whether it's today, tomorrow, or over time, today, tomorrow, or over time, they're going to pull the same shit on other people that they did with you. You know. Because they can't offer anything. Four of Swords. Because they're exhausting themselves the way that you had to exhaust yourself for them. The Moon. They're being lost in the fucking sauce. They're being lost in the fog. They're getting lost in the darkness, just like they planned and wanted for you for so long. And it's quiet. It's quiet. And all they have is themselves. All they have is themselves. To blame, to listen to. Turns out they're not the kind of person they want to be spending their time around. Well, shit out of luck then, I guess. Tough. That sucks. Maybe don't squander the opportunities that you're given. That is the lesson you're learning from this person. Looking from the outside in. That is what you're learning from this person. You're not going to waste the pentacles that Spirit gives you. You're not going to waste it by using those opportunities, by using those gifts, by using those chances that Spirit gives to you on flattery, on clout, on popularity. You're not going to waste the abundance and the foundations that you have on people that'll only poison your grounds. 5151 on the timer. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're a different breed. Ace of Pentacles in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles upright. Exactly. You're not accepting these offers. You're not accepting those offers. Because not every offer is a good offer. Not every opportunity is a good opportunity. Not every chance is a good chance. Seven of Pentacles. You will reap what you sow. And you will be celebrated. And you will be loved. And you will be... I'm hearing you'll get lots of hugs. Love that for you. Maybe you're a hugger. Yeah. Everything that you had to carry to this point. I'm hearing it'll be distributed. What's up with that, Spirit? It'll be distributed. Which shade you want? Oh. Which shade you want that? And it's general energy. It'll be distributed into the world. It's like, oh my God, Spirit is going to take the wands and turn them into something new. Not even you. Spirit is going to take the wands and turn them into something new, because you've done that too many times for other people, not enough for yourself. So Spirit's going to do it for you. Spirit's not going to do this for you a lot in your lifetime. Remember that. This is a rare opportunity. All right. Maybe because you don't think you can. Maybe because you think that everything that you can bring to other people isn't stuff that you can bring to yourself. Maybe it's because you're dealing with wounds where you don't feel like you deserve that. Maybe that's because people have made you feel like you don't deserve that, but that's changing. That's changing. Page of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Emperor in reverse, Chariot, Judgment, Six of Wands. Yeah. This Emperor is being defeated by a Page of Wands, no less. By your inner child. This Emperor is being defeated by your inner child. Yeah, the opportunity's over. It's over. It is over. It is so over. Nothing has been more over in, like, history. All right. Love you, collective. I wish you the best of luck on whatever journey that you are going on. I hope everything works out for you in the end. That's silly. I don't have to hope. I know it'll work out for you in the end. I've already seen who you are. I already understand who you are. And you're not the kind of person that's going to go through all of this just for it to not work out. I love you. Bye.